Yeah, to replenish. Okay, so the first shloka, which is Lokesmin Vividha Loka, Vividhasmin, sorry, Lokesmin Vividha. Okay, would anyone like to share what they understood and what they remember from the shloka? You can share any small thing, the story that was shared regarding the shloka, or you can even say the meaning of the shloka or how you apply this shloka in your day-to-day life. Anyone can go. So we'll have three people sharing for each shloka because so we can so no, so everyone can get a chance. Would anyone like to go for this shloka? Tejas, please.
Yeah, I would like to share my understanding on this story
Yeah, whatever you remember.
of Ganesha and Kartikeya.
Yeah.
So actually, what Ganesha did was out of love, whereas Kartikeya wanted what that sage was going to give him. He wanted to take off. He didn't without even a split second to think. He just took off. But Ganesha spent some time and thought about what is actually right and what is even more efficient and also a better decision. So he decided to walk around his parents 10 times, whereas Kartikeya didn't even bother to think. So that's what I understood.
So, do you remember the metaphor for this? It talked about.
You have to do it out of love, basically.
No, remember it was something about jnana, the two paths to jnana.
I forgot about that.
So one was karma, and one was the one Ganesha took, which was using. Yeah. So remember, one is action to attain enlightenment, and one was contemplation, right?
Yeah, because Ganesha contemplated,
exactly.
But Kartikeya did his action first.
Yeah, so karma and then Ganesha did jnana. Yeah. Right. So can you think of any example where you use this in your life? In your day-to-day life, where anywhere you could think of?
Well, you can say something like in your exam you contemplate before writing the answer. You don't write it like this. You
Right.
just think and then you write.
So did you actually do that, or is this just an example you can think of?
Well, I do that. I do think before I write. I just don't write like this.
Yeah, right. So that was an exam. So you used it in your exam and it helped you, right?
Yeah, because some kids in my class, they just write like this. They write some random things.
Right.
They don't really think.
Yeah. Thank you, Tej. Thank you. Megha, would you like to share what you remember and how you use this shloka?
Yeah, I wanted to share about the story. In this story, I heard that one day Ganesha and Kartikeya were with their parents, and at that time Narada had come and with a mango. He didn't know whom to give it to, Ganesha or Kartikeya. So he told that who takes 3 rounds around the earth first and reaches here will be the winner and will get the fruit. Ganesha was he wants that fruit so much, and he had a mouse, and the mouse wasn't so fast as the peacock of Kartikeya. So he was thinking in deeply. Then he remembered that uh, his parents were his world. So he took 3 rounds around his parents using his mind, and he thought about that, and he took 3 rounds around his parents, and he got the mango at last.
Right. And you remember this was compared with the metaphor of to get enlightenment, right? One is through doing action, one is through contemplating. So thinking about what you're taught and understanding it.
Yeah.
And one is acting. So like let's say helping others or going out and doing some favor or things like that. So basically action. So that's what Anjaneya or Kartikeya did. And what Ganesha did was through contemplation, which was going around his parents. right?
Yeah.
So, what can you think of anything where you use this in the past month? Do you know anywhere you use this, or anytime before you did something, you're like you
Uh,
thought about the shloka?
yeah. In PT period, most of the time when we play basketball, girls, at that most of the time there'll be two teams in that when everyone will be rushing behind the ball, but we have to first think where will the ball go, and if it will be a foul, like if it goes out of the boundary, and we have
Yeah,
to think all that and then start playing. Otherwise we may get the ball out of the boundary. So here I have to understand the angle of the ball and everything of such, and then at last I have to start playing.
exactly. Yeah, really good example. So basketball is not just to play with the ball. It's not only about doing something. You should also think about using your teammates and making all of us work as a team, right? Really
Yeah.
good example. Thank you, Megha. Let's go to the next shloka. Okay. Snigdha, would you want to share about this?
Yeah. So I remember I told, even I shared my understandings in the class where you'll explain this. So basically, you should always be selfless and always take care, like help people, share things to people, and you should always be kind to them. If you be selfish, you'll lead to nothing. So basically, if you become selfish, people will start realizing that you're really selfish, and then they'll not become your friend or like that, and then you may become lonely, and that so that's not a good thing. So if you become selfless, like you can get more friends, and like people will start liking you. So that is a good thing. So selfless is a person who offers something to someone, and selfish is the person who always says, I want this, I want that. So this
Right.
is what I understood about the shloka.
But I have one question. Should you be selfless so others like you and you have more friends?
No, like naturally you should be selfless. You should not do that only if like so you can get friends.
Exactly. So having friends and others liking you is just a byproduct of being selfless, right? So
Yeah.
your real intention to be selfless is so you can help others and make others happier.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Thank you,
basically we
Snigdha.
should not expect anything from return. You should just help them and see their smiles and become happy. Seeing their happiness is only making us happy. So that's
Exactly.
what like they gave us in return. They're making us happy when they are happy.
Can you think of anywhere you used this in the past month?
Um, I don't remember, but like, can I make my own example?
Yeah, you can make it. No, that there's no problem with that. But I want to see where you use this in your day-to-day life. So like how this may have helped you. Can you think of anything, even something small?
Mm, um, like when I be whenever like I tell stories in the Bhagavad Gita class, I share like whatever knowledge I got to others, which makes them happy, and like which makes them happy. So when you become happy, even I become happy. Like that thing
Right.
I do in return. Like I don't exactly see the smile in your faces, but I can understand that you're happy that I gave you the knowledge.
Yeah. So when you're sharing your understanding, which is a selfless offering, you don't expect anything in return. So that way,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Snigdha.
Thank you.
Vidisha.
Yeah, so it's always good when you're selfless than being selfish. The reason is because you should not every time be selfless only for getting. Suppose like I'm being selfless so that my friends think that I'm a very good person and all. You should be selfless so that you are happy within your means. Only you are happy, and if you be selfish, the thing is that not only your friends will start not liking you. It's not only that, inside your body only you will feel like um there's something that I'm doing wrong, and you will only not feel good about what you're doing. So it's not always good to be selfish. Well, selfless, it's naturally, if you do it, it's very good.
Right. So is it that only you feel happy or what?
Not only me, like suppose I'm telling something, suppose I'm being selfless to my friend, then not only me, my friend will also be happy that I'm at least sharing with her something. Or suppose I made a cake in my birthday on an occasion, and I'll not only keep that cake for myself types, I'll go down and I'll share it with my friends that please take it, I made it, and all. At least they will be happy that at least I'm not keeping it for myself. Oh, it's a very nice cake, I'll just keep it for myself. Tomorrow I'll eat it. I'll eat a lot of cake tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and all. But instead of that, I'm going to my friends and giving it. So it is selfless act.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you think of anywhere you use this, like recently?
Yeah. Last week actually we had an in our school we had an visual art competition, and that actually accidentally my friend forgot to bring her oil pastels, so I selflessly shared it.
Really nice. Really good. Thank you, Vidisha. Let's go to the next shloka. Okay.
Before
Mrs.
that,
Smith.
like related to the selfish and selfless thing,
Hmm.
I have like a really good example.
Huh.
So it's your birthday, and you you not only celebrated to make yourself happy, but to make everyone else happy. So you start inviting your friends, playing games, and eating food. So here you're selflessly sharing food, playing games, which makes you also happy and makes everyone else in the party also happy. So this is what I wanted to share.
But is it only that you call only your friends? Isn't it better if you help someone who actually you don't know, or someone who actually needs help?
Yeah, like I've always wanted to do this. In my birthday or my brother's birthday, we would plan to go to the orphanage to give food to all the children over there. But then my parents don't really have time because they're kind of busy.
Exactly.
It always
So
happens like that.
yeah. No, but that's a really good example. So like helping an orphanage, that's a really when you, especially when you have the intention that you want to help them, but not that it's my birthday and I want to do something good, right? Right. Thank you,
Like
Snigdha.
doing that, we can make new friends over there, which is a good thing. Like you should
Yeah.
always make new friends. You should not always be stuck up to some people.
Yeah. True. Thank you, Snigdha. Let's go. Okay. Would anyone like to share about this shloka? Shreyas, would you like to go?
Okay, I understood. Uh, I I have some I have some points in my mind.
Hmm.
God has almost given everybody almost 5 senses: touch, vision, hearing, taste, and smell. Those don't mean like vision means seeing only. It has other means also, and all of this is kind like a cycle, just like the water cycle, which just the water cycle goes, it never ends. And like this we should help, and the we should this vision, the senses are just like our karma, the work we do every day. That's what I remember from last class.
That's really good. But let me just remind you a little. I think it might have been a while. So essentially, there were three things in this shloka. There was Annad, there was Yagna, and there was Dharma. If you guys recall. So first is what you talked about, the senses, right? Which most of us have been gifted with. So Annad, what is Annad? What is Annad? The food, Annad, what does it signify? Essentially, it signifies anything, any object around us. So it can be like it can be food. In this case, they've given food, but it can also be like a pen, or it can also be like a pouch. It can be anything. So how we grasp these things in our five senses. So through our eyes we see, through our nose we smell, through our hands we feel, and similarly through our ears we hear. So like that, we receive things from our five senses around us. And next, yagna, which is given by the bottom left image and bottom right image. So which you can see, there's a woman helping an old elderly woman, and there's a rain cycle. So these happen naturally without anything having to, and without anyone having to tell them. So this elderly woman is being helped, and it's an offering, it's a sacrifice to this. It's not necessarily sacrifice, but it's an offering, because it's similar to what we said here, selfless selfless offering. So just like that, yagna is a selfless offering. And finally we have dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is simply what we tend to perform. Any action we do that is in accordance with everything else. So that's given by the top left image. So the small girl doing everyday activities, which is in accordance with the whole universe. Is that clear, Tejas? Sorry, Shreyas.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, would you like to give an example or anywhere you've used this recently?
Like the dharma, I just do it everywhere. Attending Gita class, bathing, brushing my teeth, going to school, and etc.
Exactly.
And sometimes when in my PT class, whenever somebody gets hurt, I help them and tell the teacher and help them to go to the place where they heal, the doctor's place at a school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like a cycle. Everything just happens. It happens, and it never ends. Like just like the water cycle, the best example. And like the dharma, we do it every day. That's just like a cycle.
Exactly. Thank you. I really like your example of how you do your everyday activity. That itself is an example of dharma, right? You don't have to do something that's really different or really unique to accomplish dharma, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Shreyas.
Welcome.
Would anyone else like to share what they understood or what they remember or how they use the shloka? Pramak, would you like to go?
Can I just add one point there, Aditya?
Yeah, sure.
So, dharma, yes, it is correct that we need to perform our day-to-day activities, but also dharma is something that elevates us. So, for example, as a human being, remember the Pancha Mahayagnas. You have to show respect towards environment and take care of the environment, towards your elders, then towards other animals, then taking care of the, as I already mentioned, the environment, then offering your respects to through puja and other forms to the celestial beings. And finally, the most important one is Rishi Yagna, where you spend some time every day in realizing the message of truth, such as what is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Learn that, imbibe that, and spread to others. So this is also dharma. Apart from your day-to-day activities, see, if you keep doing only day-to-day activities, then you will not elevate yourself. So the dharma are the right kind of conduct that the rishis have given to each one of us as human beings is, apart from our day-to-day normal activities, also be involved with these Pancha Mahayagnas.
Right. Would anyone like to share anything else they understood? Snigdha, would you like to say something?
Yeah, so what I understood about dharma is like your day-to-day activities, but like you can't just keep on doing your day-to-day activities. Like it's not good. Like it's just like being too normal. Like you can become special. So now let's say for example your day-to-day activities is waking up, brushing your teeth, taking bath, but instead of directly taking bath after brushing, you can do something like between, right? So you can actually change your routine. So you can, now let's say I attended drawing classes, so again my routine will change. So like I am like developing myself. I'm putting more extracurricular activities, so I become more special. So like my routine is not like any other normal old routine. It's more special, like it's more new. And also, we should always help people around us, whether we know them or not. We should always help them. Just like the previous shloka, selfless and selfish, we should always be selfless and we should always help people. That's what I
Exactly.
understood.
Yeah. Thank you, Snigdha.
Yeah,
Fine, let's go to the next shloka. Okay. Pramuk, would you like to share what you understood or what you remember from this shloka? Pramuk? Okay. Raghavi, would you like to share what you understood or what you remember?
Could you give me a few words to remember it a bit more?
Right. So this shloka was talking about role models. Namit taught it last week itself. So it was talking about role models and who we should look up to and what it really means when we put a certain person as a role model and what and why should we be a role model for someone else, right? And what actions make us become a role model. Are you able to
Yes.
recall now?
Yeah, a little bit. So the shloka told us about role models, and we should take up role models so that we can learn things from them, and we should also become good, like role models by becoming good people and doing good deeds, so that people can see us also and learn a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you. Can you recall any example of where you use this or somewhere you applied this in your last week?
So as a role model, I can take Prabhuji. I can see how calm and composed he is, like no matter what situation it may be. And for being a good role model, you can tell that I tend to help people a lot around me. So even others can look at me and learn that you have to help others.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Raghavi. Thank you. That was a really good example. Like Prabhuji is a really good role model for all of us. We look up to him every day, and we learn everything we learn here is from what he has taught many of us, right? Exactly. Kirtana, would you like to share what you understood?
Yeah, what I understood is that we should perform good duties and help others, and we need to become a great role model for others. So when we become a role model, the people around us get inspired, and they in turn do good duties to others and help others. So Prabhuji is my inspiration, and Mata Amritanandamayi and Salu Marada Timmaka. And Salu Marada Timmaka, she planted so many trees, and in turn, many people started planting trees. So we should have an aim that we should do good to others, and we need to become a great role model to others, is what I understood.
Exactly. Do you have an example of where you use this?
Yeah, I actually helped my friend, and like she was facing a trouble in studies, so I helped her in school.
Right. So that makes you a role model for all of us. So how we can look up to you, and now we can also help our friends, right? Thank you,
Yeah.
Kirtana. Okay, so Snigdha, do you have any questions? Because I think we're running short on time.
No, I want to share the understandings.
Are you okay? So I think we're running a little too short on time. So you can send a voice message. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So with that, I'd like to close the summary of the 4 shlokas. If you guys have anything else to add, or if you can think of any examples where you've used this, or if you use these shlokas after this session anywhere, you can surely share this in the group. Yeah, with that, I'd like to close this. Thank you everyone for sharing everything you understood. Yeah.